CBS News Bay Area Afternoon Edition with Ann Makovic.
Thanks for joining us this Thursday. A Bay Area congressman is pushing to expand protections for undocumented immigrants who are victims or witnesses to crimes. As the Trump administration's immigration enforcement policies intensify, Congressman Jimmy Panetta has announced a new bill that aims to protect undocumented immigrants who work with law enforcement. Right now, UNT visas give legal protection to victims of crime and human trafficking if they cooperate with law enforcement. This bill would eliminate a cap of 10,000 of those visas, lay out a timeline for work permits, and prevent detentions and deportations while applicants' cases are under review. Congressman Panetta said this would help restore trust in government.
This bill would not only allow us to secure justice in courtrooms, it would provide safety and security to our communities, and it would strengthen that trust in our democracy that's needed now more than ever.
The congressman said the Trump administration has started targeting applicants of these UNT visas. In San Jose, more than 40% of residents are immigrants. The Justice Department is demanding the personal information of San Francisco residents whose voter registrations were canceled for not satisfying citizenship requirements. The DOJ calling for 5 years' worth of data, including voter registration applications and records, voting history, date of birth, driver's license numbers, and partial Social Security numbers. San Francisco's elections chief is asking the DOJ to clarify its legal authority for that request. The department now reviewing records to evaluate what can be disclosed and will respond to that request by the end of August. Meantime, California Attorney General Rob Bonta suing the Trump administration over its demand for personal information on SNAP recipients. He's joined by 21 other AGs arguing the USDA's unprecedented demand violates multiple federal privacy laws and the Constitution. Bonta is accusing the administration of gathering this personal info for immigration enforcement. The order issued last week gave states a July 30th deadline. Not clear if the state did actually meet yesterday's deadline. Former Vice President and Oakland native Kamala Harris is going to be releasing a memoir about her short 2024 presidential campaign. It's going to be called 107 Days and will be released next month. This news comes just a day after Harris announced she will not be running for California governor. This has drawn speculation that she could be leaving the door open for a presidential run in 2028. And tonight, Harris is going to appear on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert here on CBS. It will be her first interview since the 2024 elections. Taking a look at our first alert weather now, the sun breaking through. And it is looking warmer today. Let's check in with meteorologist Jessica Birch.
All right, there's that Golden Gate Bridge we missed so much earlier this morning. It was still so cool and cloudy. It's the last day of July, or as we call it here in the Bay Area, no sky July. And we're actually starting to see a beautiful warm up into the afternoon hours as those clouds start to pull back along the coast, exposing us to sunny skies, warmer weather, especially off into the East Bay today, 90 degrees over in Antioch. We're also seeing 70s and 80s anywhere from the Tri-Valley area all the way down into the Santa Clara Valley. It matches up with our friends all the way into the North Bay, too, with 60s over into San Francisco this afternoon. It's a beautiful forecast out there today. Let's talk about some things that are going to change as we head into the coming days. Now, tomorrow's the first day of August, also known as Fogust for the exact reason you can imagine. We still have foggy conditions each morning, pulling back along the coast in the afternoon. But for our friends over into San Jose, in the whole month of July, we only had 5 days above average. And over into San Francisco we go, more north along 101 into the city. We only had 1 day this whole month that was above average when it came to our daytime highs. That was on the 10th. So it's been one of the coolest record summers we've seen here in the Bay Area in certain cities. I'll have more on that coming up in just a bit and what you can expect for the rest of the week coming up. Back to you.
Thanks, Jess. The president has one more day to make trade deals ahead of his August 1st deadline for steeper tariffs. Already, some major companies are saying they will be forced to raise prices. Natalie Brandt has details from the White House.
A last-minute scramble to make deals as Friday's tariff deadline looms, with talks still underway with big trading partners, including Mexico, Canada, and China.
We're moving along with China. We're doing fine with China. I think it's going to work out very well. We're right in step. I think we're going to have very fair deal with China.
President Trump spoke with Mexico's president on the phone today and announced he's extending that country's current tariff rate another 90 days while negotiations continue. The Trump administration has reached agreements with several countries, including South Korea Wednesday, saying tariffs will be set at 15% on goods coming from that country, including cars and car parts, lower than what was previously threatened, but higher than the past.
A 15% rate, it sounds better than 25 or 50. But remember, if this really holds across all of these trading partners, this would be the highest tariff rate since the 1930s. So it is still significant.
The Fed chair, in announcing the committee's decision to hold interest rates steady Wednesday, cited uncertainty.
Higher tariffs have begun to show through more clearly to prices of some goods, but their overall effects on economic activity and inflation remain to be seen.
A new CBS News poll found views of the economy ticked up slightly, but shows most Americans expect prices to go up in coming months.
Right now, there's no inflation. Everybody thought there would be. All we have is billions of dollars of cash pouring into our country from other countries that took advantage of us for many, many years.
But economists say it's the companies importing the goods that pay the tax and often pass that along to the consumer. Procter & Gamble, a major maker of key household supplies, announced it's raising prices on a quarter of their products in response to tariffs impacting the supply chain.
The administration says it is sticking to that Friday deadline for almost all trading partners. China faces an August 12th deadline as part of the 90-day tariff truce negotiated in May. Taking a check on Wall Street with all that news, here is a look at the big board. The Dow is down right now, more than 120 points. Meta's stock, though, is up 12% today. The company posting strong quarterly results, a sign that its bet on AI is paying off. One analyst says the report shows that AI is becoming a real revenue driver, not just hype. CEO Mark Zuckerberg details his plans yesterday, saying he wants everyone to have access to their own personal AI superintelligence. And while that is not ready yet, investors seem to be happy with the progress. Tesla now offering its own ride-hailing system in the Bay Area. Tesla's AI account X, though, confirmed that you do have to be invited, and it only works in select parts of the Bay Area, including San Francisco, San Jose, and Berkeley. The system will work similar to Uber or Lyft, except it's only Tesla cars that you would be riding in. Coming up, it's a chance to help out young students facing homelessness. Why this backpack drive means much more than just school supplies. Well, there's some fear that hundreds of homeless students in the South Bay might not have a backpack for the start of the school year. And with just a couple of weeks to go, a donation drive to help them get the supplies they need is nearly 75% short of its goal. Kevin Coe has more on the call for help.
It's summer camp at the Haven Family House in Menlo Park. 23 families, including kids, facing homelessness live here, one of several family housing facilities run by Life Moves, which works to find families permanent housing.
To eventually be housed, I feel like that's what motivates me and makes me stay here.
Kayla Reyna started as a case manager and is now a children's services coordinator. She helps run the summer camp for some of Silicon Valley's most forgotten kids facing homelessness in the tech capital of the world.
They don't really get to experience that being a kid. A lot of them have to support their families with taking care of their siblings and just being there to support their parents.
To support the kids, Kayla and Life Moves hold an annual backpack drive, which also provides pencils, notebooks, and other school supplies to students in need.
Markers, crayons.
But the drive has been much slower than years past, falling 600 backpacks short of the goal.
The beginning of the school year, it's very exciting to go and buy your school supplies and go to the store, but many of our kids don't have that opportunity. But the moment they see that backpack with different supplies, you can see their eyes light up and just see like, that's my backpack. And I'm trying to get pushed. I don't even know why I'm crying, I'm so sorry. But just being part of this community where you see these families struggled, and the parents try their best to give their kids maybe a different life that they received growing up. And you see their motivation too. You might think that a backpack drive is not a huge thing, but it is for these kids.
Alrighty, well, let's take a quick look at our forecast real fast. As we head outside today, you're going to notice it's a lot warmer in our inland areas compared to the past few days. We had this midweek cool down that ended yesterday, and now we're on this nice warm up as we head into this weekend and into early next week. We'll continue to see that trend too. Just a second ago, I showed you those temperatures for the whole month of July, and for most of us, widespread from the North Bay down into the Santa Clara Valley, we were below average. Heading into this afternoon and throughout the next couple days, the Climate Prediction Center is showing above normal conditions right around the corner for us for our daytime highs. So let's dive straight into that. Starting off with what's going on right now. We take a quick look outside and we're starting to see clear conditions widespread throughout the Bay Area with the exception of the coast. Heading into the evening hours tonight, that fog fills the Bay in once again for the first day of August. As we head into the next couple days, we'll continue to see early morning clouds pulling back along the coast into the afternoon hours each day. By this weekend, by next week, we'll actually start to see even more sunnier conditions around the corner. Now, our wind speeds at the surface level, they start to kick up into the afternoon hours, anywhere up to around 15 to 20 miles per hour in our inland spots, about 30 mile per hour wind gust along the coast. Now, another thing I want to talk about too, this gradual warm up that the Climate Prediction Center talked about, we're going to notice it a lot more in our inland areas compared to the coast and compared to the Bay. So if you live closer to Antioch or down into the Santa Clara Valley or up in wine country for that matter, we're starting to see mid 80s turn into upper 80s by this weekend, and then around the corner into next week, low 90s are in the forecast for us. It's that summer heat that we've been actually not seeing recently at all. That's going to turn the corner as we head into next week. We'll see warmer weather along the Bay too, low 70s turning into mid 70s with sunnier skies, lower relative humidity, and of course that nice warm weather that kind of feels like a hug in the middle of the day. I'll have more on what you can expect coming up in just a bit, but today, tomorrow, things are looking pretty average throughout all the Bay Area. It's this weekend as high pressure starts to creep its way in into early next week. That's when we're going to start noticing the summer-like forecast widespread throughout the Bay. Back to you.
I'll take that midday hug. Thanks, Jess. Coming up, a Bay Area man proves there's no age limit to hanging 10. More on this week's Icon Award winner coming up next. There is a unique surf competition on the San Mateo County coast where you're considered a junior if you're only in your 40s. A man in Pacifica is celebrating his 25th and final year running this annual contest. Sharon Chin introduces us to this week's CBS News Bay Area Icon Award winner.
Surf's Up.
This is the men's 40 to 49 short course.
Thanks to lifelong surfer Roy Ernest.
I love bringing people together and seeing that they're having a good time. It makes me very happy.
The 71-year-old Pacifica resident has organized an annual benefit surf contest for a quarter century.
It welcomes older surfers. You know, the minimum age is 40.
When Roy had entered surf competitions in the 1990s, the older divisions had unflattering labels like over the hill or worse. And that didn't sit well with the gerontologist and social worker.
I've worked in the field of aging for many, many years. You know, so I'm kind of sensitive to ageist stuff, you know.
So he took a friend's advice and launched the Kahuna Kapuna Benefit Surf Contest in 1999. The name means wise elder in Hawaiian culture.
We could create a surf contest that welcomed older people, that treated older surfers with respect.
Kahuna Kapuna turns the tide on what it means to be an older surfer. And that inspired 63-year-old Sylvia Teng, a first-time participant.
How excited are you? Very excited.
80 surfers competed in men's, women's, and intergenerational categories at Pacifica's Lindamar State Beach this summer, like surfer and sponsor Jeff Bjork of Ocean Culture.
I've been surfing ever since I was a little kid, and for me, it's a way to, stay young, keep yourself young, and be around amazing people.
Yeah, there is a whale right back there.
In fact, Roy has created a special bond in the coastal community. Surfer and sponsor Van Lee of Bomb Waves returns each year.
He just loves being a part of the community, and he wants to bring people together.
We got some serious interest.
A decades-old nonprofit also rides on the competition's success. Kahuna Kapuna is the main fundraiser for Pacifica's environmental family. And its president, Cindy Abbott, says the money helps support coastal protection and education.
It really is critical, and he does it with such beautiful spirit and camaraderie. You know, the Kahuna Kapuna is
very low key, but it's well loved.
Hi, Chris. Yeah, hey, good to see you.
But Roy has led his last Kahuna Kupuna. He hopes someone else will come on board who's just as stoked about surfing.
It's a wonderful thing, and I just love it.
So for creating Kahuna Kupuna to honor older surfers and benefit Pacifica's environmental family, this week's CBS News Bay Area Icon Award goes to Roy Ernest.
And you can nominate a local hero for a CBS News Bay Area Icon Award at our website, kpix.com/icon.
The Bay Area Concert Calendar, brought to you by Live Nation.
Don't miss Heart's Royal Flush Tour with special guest Todd Rundgren, August 10th. Tickets on sale now. And then head to the Toyota Pavilion at Concord for Uncle Charlie's R&B Cookout Tour. Get tickets at livenation.com. The Bay Area Concert Calendar, brought to you by Live Nation.
There is a lot going on in San Francisco's Golden Gate Park. We mentioned the Dead & Company concerts kicking off in San Francisco tomorrow, and Outside Lands is happening just a week later. The music festival just released the set times for all of its performers, and some festival goers are now going to have some tough choices to make. Friday night, Doja Cat and Beck, who will play with the San Francisco Symphony, both performing at the same time. Saturday night, Tyler, the Creator, and indie rock band Vampire Weekend will clash. They only play 5 minutes apart. And the last tough choice for the weekend is between Irish songwriter Hozier and R&B artist Anderson .Paak, both playing Sunday night. Decisions. You might have recognized this unique Marin County landmark driving on Highway 101 in Novato. The former Birkenstock campus has a new owner that plans to turn it into a museum. The nonprofit Eames Institute of Infinite Curiosity purchased the campus for a reported $36 million. The organization plans to redevelop the building into a global art and design museum. It's going to include the 40,000 artifact collection of Ray and Charles Eames, a husband and wife designer known for their mid-century modern furniture. Thanks for joining us today.